A very happy and cheerful morning to all my dear students. I hope you all are fine at home and taking care of your health. So, we are back with our English class. And today we are going to start with a new chapter. That is chapter number 10, Book, Ink and Feather. So, this is a new chapter. Now, this chapter is about the three things, that is the book, the ink and the feather. And this chapter, the story depicts the friendship, the bond between the three of them. So, are you ready? Okay, so let us start with the chapter.
Book, ink and feather. Once upon a time, in a small village, there was an empty storybook. The book looked great, with an impressive cover, but all its pages were blank. Children and grown-ups would pick up the book, but finding no stories inside, they would throw the book aside.
So, what they are told that once upon a time in a small village, there was an empty storybook. The storybook was empty and the book looked great. Okay, it has an amazing cover. The book cover was very nice, but no one bought it, or even if they got it, what they did? See, they would pick it up and finding there are no stories in it, they would throw the book away. वो क्या करते थे? वो बुक को देखते थे that yes, the cover is nice, but because there are no story books in it, no stories in it, they would throw it away. Now let's find out, what would you do if you find such a book? अगर आपको ऐसी कोई book मिलेगी, so what will you do? Will you also throw it away or will you keep it? So that we will discuss in the online class.
Not far from there, a lovely inkpot had been full of ink for years. Its owner had forgotten about it and left it in some corner. The inkpot and the storybook blamed their bad luck, and so they spent their days when the book...
Now, one more character has been introduced. That is the inkpot. So what they have said, not far from there, a lovely inkpot have been full of ink for years. So this is an inkpot they have shown, and see, I'll show it again. Yeah.
corner.
This is the inkpot and it had been full of ink for years. So its owner had forgotten about it. So the owner must have bought it and he has misplaced it and he had forgotten about it and left it in some corner. The inkpot and the storybook blamed their bad luck. So both of them are in same situation, isn't it? The inkpot, no one uses it, and the storybook also, no one wants it. Why? Because there are no stories in it. So both of them think that it is our bad luck that we are living such kind of lives. And so they spend their days together. Now let's find out what will happen next.
The inkpot and the storybook blamed their bad luck, and so they spent their days. When the book was thrown away, it ended up next to the inkpot. For days and days, the two of them swapped stories about their bad luck, and they could have carried on for years if an elegant swan feather had not floated down and landed next to them. Having fallen from his swan, the feather felt lonely and abandoned for the first time in his life. He cried and cried, and the book and the inkpot joined him, letting out all their sadness at the years of neglect.
Now what happened? The third character, that is the feather. The feather had been introduced. Now what they say? when the book was thrown away, it ended up next to the ink pot. Now the book and the ink pot both are talking to each other, and they have been, what they've said, they had swapped stories about their bad luck. Swapped means they have exchanged their stories. The book is telling the stories about the bad luck, and similarly the ink pot is also telling. Now what happened? That having fallen from the swan. Now we are talking about the feather. So आपने देखा feather कैसे swan की body से अलग हो गया. Now the swan was also just going, and the feather felt very bad. The feather felt abandoned, left out. So he cried and cried, and the book and the ink pot joined in. Now all three of them are exchanging their stories, they are sharing the stories with each other, how they feel left out, and what happened? Letting out all their sadness and the years of neglect. Now will these three of them continue to be sad, or will they become good friends and something good will happen with them? So that we will find out in the next video. Let's keep it till here. We will meet in the next class. Till that, God bless you all. Goodbye.